Welcome back, everybody, to the Puget Parvey series wrap up. I am here with you today after a series loss to the Los Angeles Angels. After a win today on Sunday, not as frustrated as I was after game one and game two. That being said, it's going to take a lot more consistency on both sides of the ball for me to be impressed by this Mariners team right now. Today was just quintessential George Kirby outing. I mean, this is the George Kirby we know and love. 14 strikeouts, a career high. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits. They both scored, but that was because he made one mistake, and that was a middle in fastball to Taylor Ward, and he does not miss pitches like that. But after that, he bounced back well. He was very efficient. His pitch count still under 100 after 7 innings. And they got the win. The offense wasn't great today, but there are some encouraging signs from this series. Even though they only won one of the 3 games, as you know on this channel, we like to talk about runners left on base and situational baseball. So in this series, they left 26 people on base, but they had 33 hits, which is more than I can say the Mariners have had in recent series or even in the last few weeks. They're hitting the ball, and they're hitting the ball hard. 41 hard hit balls in these 3 games, and that's an encouraging sign. Obviously, that includes balls hit on the ground really hard. That includes balls hit right at people, but it's really good to see them stinging the ball. Especially encouraging to see Polanco hit the ball hard in the air. Arozarena hit the ball hard in the air. And also, great to see that Julio is not seriously hurt. For those of you who haven't been paying attention recently, he got hit with a line drive that Randy Arozarena hit. Julio was stealing third. Randy hit a ball extremely hard right to where Julio is running. Hit him right in the lower shin ankle area. He needed help getting walked off the field. But he played today, and he was full speed. He scored from first on a double. Made some great plays in the outfield today. As a Mariners fan, you know, we are cursed, especially with injuries recently. So I assumed the worst, personally. But glad to see he's okay. Kirby today was excellent. He had 4 balls hit hard all day, the whole game. That is extremely valuable to have a pitcher that isn't just getting lucky, right? He went 7 innings. He was efficient. Castillo, this happens a lot, where he goes deep into games, and like if you just looked at the box score, you'd say, wow, he pitched really well. But then you look at Baseball Savant, and you know he's allowed 10, 12 hard hit balls, and you're like, well, how lucky did he get? And I think in game 2, he wasn't sharp, and he paid the price. I hate to see losses, but it's good to see that both losses were mostly on the pitching staff and not on the offense. So, Castillo had 12 hard hit balls in his outing, 4 earned runs, but he did not get any help on defense. Leody Taveras booted a ball that should have been caught in the first place, but once it dropped, he kicked it, allowed Zach Neto to get to second, and Neto ended up scoring. And Bryce, he had 11 hard hit balls, 5 earned runs on six hits. He gave up a couple long balls. I think with Bryce, it's time to make a decision. Give him one more start. And if he's not sharp, clearly something's still bothering him in that elbow. And let him take the rest of the year to recover. Let him get the surgery to get that bone spur out of his elbow. You got Logan Evans waiting in the minors. And once you get Gilbert back, you can have your pick between Emerson Hancock and Logan Evans. If not, you know, maybe alternate between the two or riding the hot hand a little bit. It's hard to say that you want to see Bryce Miller out there. Obviously, we know last year Bryce Miller was top of the charts in a lot of pitching categories. He's already walked half as many batters this year as he did all of last year. Encouraging signs. It's hard to say that after a 1-6 stretch, but they're hitting the ball hard. They're not striking out a ton. I mean, they struck out 11 times today, but in game 1, they struck out 5 times. In game 2, they struck out 8 times. They're scoring a lot more runs. I mean, in the Orioles series, they scored 6 total. In this series, they scored 13. and they scored 6 in just one game alone, and that was in a loss. I don't know what this team is. I don't know their identity. I don't know what kind of run they'll go on, if they'll make the playoffs. But I can say with certainty, George Kirby is back to his old self. Bryce Miller, that situation will be resolved. I hate to say it's a win-win, but it kind of feels that way, right? If he goes out there his next start and pitches really well and gets back to his former self, that's a win. If they have to take decisive action and put him on the injured list until next year, that's also a win in a way, because it's not Tommy John, first of all, so he's not going to have to miss an entire extra season. And you have Logan Evans waiting for you in the minors. Like, you have pitching depth. So I think they're going to start to transition back to their old identity as a pitching first club that maybe can put up 4 runs a game. Maybe. I mean, it's not going to be there every night. But if Kirby does something, 75% of this in the near future, I feel very good about winning games that he starts. Brian Woo's been solid. I mean, coming off his worst start of the year, but you can always count on him to save your bullpen and go 6 innings. Castillo had a bad start here, but overall, he's been really good. I mean, he's just over 3 in the ERA department. It might be higher now after that last start. But yeah, I don't know what this offense is going to do. I don't know if they're going to be buyers at the deadline. It feels like they might be somewhere in the middle right now. The Astros are playing a lot better, but the Mariners gained a game today, and they're only 2.5 back. They're 1.5 back in the wild card, I believe, maybe 1. Just might be another mediocre team, but I'm gonna have a lot more fun watching. If I'm someone who enjoys watching a pitcher's duel. I know a lot of people dig the long ball, and I love it too, but I'm more than happy to just watch Kirby or Woo or Gilbert when he gets back, go 7 innings strong. In order for this team to be buyers at the trade deadline, they need to be within a game of Houston or leading the AL West. I think they need to be either within a game or a game and a half. I'll give them a game and a half. In that scenario, they will be buyers at the trade deadline. Good news is you get to play the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they're scuffling. They just got swept by the Cincinnati Reds. They have a negative run differential, and they've scored over 320 runs this season as of this morning. So they cannot pitch worth a damn. That's the thing that it concerns me is the Mariners have a tendency of making poor pitching staffs look really good. Think about the White Sox. I mean, even the Angels. Other than Tyler Anderson, who's definitely their best starter. So we'll see. I think it's realistic that they could take 2 out of 3 in Arizona, but I also think there's a possibility that they lose the series. I don't think they'll get swept though, because at one point you're facing Brandon, what's his name, Faddet. His name's spelled really weird. And he's been terrible. He had the first yes hitter in MLB history is what they're calling it. He did not record an out, and he gave up 6 earned runs. The Diamondbacks have the 3rd highest park factor in the MLB. So that means weighted against other ballparks. It is easier to hit there than it is in T-Mobile Park for one. T-Mobile Park is a 91 park factor, meaning it's 9% harder to hit there than other ballparks, and Chase Field has a 103. I anticipate that they will pitch well in this series, well enough to win, and you're facing a very bad pitching staff. You have Hancock, Woo, and Miller going in this series. The Hancock matchup, I think, is 50-50. You're facing Merrill Kelly, who's not had a good year. He's historically a pretty decent pitcher. I'd say above league average, maybe not elite. Emerson Hancock's been solid. I expect he's going to have a decent outing. Brian Woo, he's winning that pitching matchup. And then Bryce Miller is in Game 3. We will see if the team decides to not start him and instead go with Logan Evans, possibly. I mean, we'll see. I don't know where the schedule lines up with Tacoma. Definitely won't be Gilbert until the homestand. This is a series that will show a lot about this team and their resilience. Um, yeah, thanks for watching. Obviously, not the best time to be a Mariners fan. We are a resilient fan base. We always have been. We always will be. And when this team finally wins a World Series, we will get to say we sat through the um, Franklin Gutierrez years. We sat through the Cal Raleigh, the only offensive production years. We can say we sat through the best pitching staff in the league that didn't make the playoffs. We will be able to say all of these things, and I think that shows a lot about our character as a fan base. So hang in there. I'm frustrated, but there are some good signs from this Angel series. I think there are, good things ahead. So thanks for watching. Go Mariners, and like and subscribe. Send this to your friends, etc. Peace.